Hey, what's up guys, OSG here, and it's time for another comparison, and this time we have a classic arcade game, Ghouls N Ghosts. Ghouls N Ghosts was the sequel to Ghosts N Goblins, and it's a proper hard but good game. It was released on 16 platforms ranging from terrible to absolutely class. Anyway, this is Ghouls N Ghosts comparison in order of greatness. In 16th place is the Amstrad version. Where do I start with this one? Okay, let's start with the fact that Arthur looks more like a painter and decorator than a knight. Couple that with the fact that he's shooting lances out of his groin without actually moving his arms to throw them. Sound is terrible and the gameplay is abysmal. I mean, I found fondness for the Amstrad recently, but this game is really bad, and that's scrolling. Oh my god, I hate flip screen scrolling. Fifteenth place is taken by the Spectrum. Slightly better than the Amstrad version, but still really bad. The gameplay, which is a saving grace, is let down by the lack of in-game music, and the music is a big part of what made this game great, as it gives a frantic, eerie atmosphere. Another thing I hate about this version is that because of the Spectrum see-through graphics, it's almost impossible to see the ghouls coming out of the ground, as they just blend into the background, and avoiding them is a must if you want to get far in this game. Next place is the Amiga version. Now I know I'll probably get slated for placing this below the Atari ST. There's just something about this version I don't like. It just doesn't seem to flow right. Maybe that's just me, but I can't help feeling that way. And believe me, I've tried to like it, as I'm an Amiga lover. Thirteenth place is taken by the Atari ST. The graphics are super crisp, the gameplay is fast and flows nice, just like the arcade version. I really like this version so much I've placed it above my beloved Amiga. If that's a crime, then take me to prison. And the music, while not being the arcade music, is really good. Commodore 64 takes 12th place. I'm sure that you will all know how much this pains me to have the C64 this low on the list, but it's simply not as good as the versions above it. The graphics are nice for the 8-bit, gameplay and speed wise it's solid, and it's definitely the best out of the 8-bit computers. Mobile phone version is in 11th place. The version shown here is Android, but it's also on iOS. The thing about this game is that the controls on the mobile screen are an absolute nightmare. For a game where reflex moves are so important, it's a total letdown for a great looking sounding version of the game. Sega Master System takes 10th place. This is the start of the true arcade version like games. The graphics are great for the Master System. The music is a score that we all expect to hear while playing this. For an 8-bit version this is class, and the only reason it's not higher is, well, you will see just how good the next ones are. Sega Mega Drive takes 9th place. I actually had and loved this version on my Mega Drive. It was like playing an arcade version in your home. I actually thought before starting this list that this would be maybe placed 2nd or 3rd, it's so good, but I was wrong, as there are much better versions coming up. Sony PlayStation takes 8th place. This game was released as part of a compilation disc, Capcom Generations, and it's almost arcade perfect. It's a little dark though, but I'm not sure if that's down to emulation. That aside, it's really good part of the game though. In 7th position is the Xbox original version. This was on the Capcom Classics Collection Volume 1 compilation disc, and it's one that you don't see very often, as the system was quite hard to emulate until recently. So hard I bought an Xbox for comparisons. Anyway, it's an almost arcade perfect part of the game. PlayStation 2 is in 6th place, also from the Capcom Classics Collection Volume 1 disc, and to be honest it's virtually the same as the Xbox version. So similar they could actually share the spot, but I had to split them, so for that reason I looked deeper, and this one just played a little bit faster. Fifth place is taken by the PSP version. I'm a massive fan of the PSP, and for me it's by far the best handheld that has ever been made. This version was included in the Capcom Classics Collection Reloaded disc, and it's an absolute brilliant game. It really captures the feel of a game, and for a handheld it's awesome. In 4th place is the Sega Saturn version. This game is beautiful in all aspects. I was actually toying with putting this above the arcade version. Why it actually ended up in 4th instead of higher you will find out in 2nd, but really the top 10 positions of this list are purely subjective, as they are all really good. PC Engine takes 3rd place. This is a proper fast, slick version of the game. The graphics are on point and the gameplay is everything we would expect. Mix that with one of the best sounding music on the list and you have a strong contender. Well, I thought so before playing the next ones. Sharp X68K is in 2nd position. I had never played this game on the X68K as the system was mega expensive, and the quality of this game shows why it was. This is actually as good and a little bit faster than the arcade. The only reason it's not in 1st place is that I love the whole arcade package with the cabinet. And now, in first place is the arcade version. This is the super hard, super exciting game we all loved and hated at the same time. When it comes to a hard game, this one is right up there with the coin munchers in the arcades. It's one of my most played arcade games back in the day and now on MAME. I just never get bored of playing it. Okay, so let's now address the elephant in the room. I'm sure that a lot of you are shouting at the screen now, but where is the Snes version? So here it is, in all its glory. As far as the game goes, this blows the socks off all other versions. It's just a perfect game, but it's also too different to compare. So whilst I can't place it on the list, I'll still give it an honourable mention as it's so good. Right, that's it for this comparison. Let me know in the comments below what your order would have been. And also let me know if you have any games that you would like me to do comparisons on. Oh, and while we're here, can you drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more great retro content. Till next time, this is OSG, signing out.